Plato's views on the concept of becoming are a fundamental part of his understanding of existence and change. Plato suggests that reality exists on two different planes, the world of senses and the world of forms. Within this distinction, the concept of becoming is associated with the sensory world, while being is associated with the world of forms. According to Plato, the world of senses is deceptive and consists only of appearances because true being is not found in this world, but in the world of forms, the world of unchanging eternal forms. The world of senses, a realm of constant change. The world of senses is the realm of physical reality that we perceive through our senses like sight, hearing, and touch. This world, according to Plato, is in a constant state of change and transformation. Nothing stays the same. Beings are born, grow, change, and eventually cease to exist. Therefore, the world of senses cannot be considered truly real. It is merely a passing reflection. Let's take the life cycle of a tree as an example. The birth, growth, shedding of leaves, and death of a tree represent a process of becoming. But according to Plato, this tree is an imperfect reflection of the form of treeness, the world of forms, eternal and perfect being. According to Plato, true being is found in the world of forms, which we cannot perceive with our senses but can grasp with our minds. Forms are unchanging, eternal, and perfect. The concept of being in Plato's philosophy expresses the immutability of these forms. Forms are the perfect versions of the objects in the physical world. For example, any chair or tree we perceive is a shadow of the form of chairness or treeness in the world of forms. Plato's famous allegory of the cave is used to emphasize this point. According to the allegory, beings in the world of senses are like shadows in a cave. True knowledge can only be attained by reaching outside the cave into the world of forms. The connection between becoming and being. Although becoming and being appear to be opposing concepts in Plato's system, there is a deep connection between them. Becoming is a reflection, a copy of being. Each instance of becoming in the sensory world is an incomplete or imperfect representation of the eternal form in the world of forms. For example, human existence is changeable and mortal, but the form of humanity is eternal and unchanging. Similarly, representations of a triangle in the physical world may have different shapes, but the form of triangle is constant and unchanging. Knowledge and becoming. According to Plato, true knowledge, episteme, comes from the world of forms. The knowledge we acquire about objects in the sensory world, doxa, is temporary and uncertain. This is because the world of senses is in a constant state of change. Since the world of forms is unchanging and perfect, only knowledge that comes from this realm is lasting and true. Therefore, becoming in the sensory world can only be derived from true being in the world of forms. The allegory of the cave also emphasizes this point. According to the allegory, people often see the shadows in the cave, the deceptive reflections in the sensory world. True being, the forms, represent the sun outside the cave. Philosophical implications of becoming. Plato's concept of becoming is also closely related to his understanding of ethics and knowledge. The goal of a human being is not to remain in the world of senses and be content with deceptive shadows, but to ascend to the world of forms through reason and attain true knowledge. This idea forms the basis of Plato's understanding of education. People should discover the nature of reality not just by relying on their senses, but by using their minds. In conclusion, according to Plato, becoming belongs to a temporary and deceptive world, while true being is found in the world of forms. This dual structure forms the foundation of Plato's philosophical system and shapes his understanding of being, knowledge, and ethics. Plato's dialogue. Timaeus offers an in-depth look at the concepts of becoming and decay. In this dialogue, Timaeus examines the creation of the universe and the fundamental principles behind this creation. He emphasizes that God, in creating the universe, referred to an unchanging model and, in accordance with this model, created a world that can be understood by reason and perceived by the senses. According to Timaeus' account, the elements of fire and earth were used first in the creation of the universe. However, a binder was needed to bring these two elements together. This binder has the quality of being a perfect example both for itself and for the beings it unites, and of being able to create the whole. God created the universe from four basic elements: fire, water, air, and earth. These elements ensure that the universe continues to exist as a perfect and complete living being. The universe is designed as a self-sufficient sphere that neither gets sick nor ages. These explanations of Timaeus allow us to better understand the relationship between Plato's world of forms and the world of senses. The creation of the universe is an indication of the embodiment of the perfect forms in the world of forms. In the world of senses, becoming and decay in this process prove that the universe is constantly undergoing change and transformation. However, this change is merely a reflection of the unchanging forms in the world of forms. These concepts that Plato deals with in the Timaeus dialogue constitute one of the main pillars of his philosophical system. Becoming and decay show that the universe and beings are always in motion, but behind this motion lie unchanging and perfect forms. This understanding establishes Plato's understanding of being, knowledge, and ethics, and adds a new dimension to his philosophical thought. As a result, the concepts of becoming and decay that Plato puts forward in the Timaeus dialogue allow us to penetrate the depths of his philosophical system. These concepts show that the universe is in a constant state of change, but behind this change lie unchanging and perfect forms. Thus, Plato's philosophical thought allows us to grasp both the temporality of the world of senses and the eternity of the world of forms.